Hello from LoveLitCon in beautiful San Diego. Joining me now is Avery Flynn, best-selling romance author, Croc's despiser, and
Yes.
lover of Oreos.
Yes, very much.
When I saw that too, you know how I was telling you yesterday when we were, and 2 days ago, I don't
Yeah,
know days
there are
anymore,
no days anymore.
about the Tampa airport social media.
Yeah.
You need to follow them because they too hate Crocs.
I have found a kindred spirit.
You have.
I love it.
They're your people.
They're my people.
Okay, let's get started with two truths and a lie.
All right. Two truths and a lie. I'm going to go food related because I am always up for a good snack. So I'm going to say I believe spicier is better.
Okay.
I enjoy a raw potato on occasion. And there is no better chip in the world than a salt and vinegar chip.
Okay.
It's all over the place.
It is all over the I'm going to go with the raw potato because what?
As a raw potato is true. I love a raw potato every once in a while. I have no idea why. It's just completely bizarre.
How are you eating this? Like an apple?
Well, no, like when you're like slicing up a potato to do something, maybe just pop a slice in. See what you think.
Okay. I'll do this next time I'm eating potatoes.
And then you'll be like, that one, she's crazy.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know what I think.
There you go.
All I picture is a whole potato and you're just like,
Yes. Just a little chomp chomp. Yes.
okay. I'm going to go with one, spicier.
I love spicy.
Wait, so you hate salt and vinegar chips?
I think I'm not a chip person,
Okay.
so that kind of makes it easier for me. But yeah, salt and vinegar is kind of odd for me. I do like the fries that you like drench in the malt vinegar.
Oh.
That's delicious. But the chips for some reason just not for me.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't say like I'm, a huge proponent of them,
Yeah.
but I'm just, most people are like, they're the best.
They're the best.
You really stumped me. Okay. I'll give you mine.
Okay.
Not food related, but I did give food related ones previously.
Yes.
So I was a baton twirler for 14 years. Dairy Girls is one of my top comfort shows.
Okay.
I live in Florida now, but I'm originally from Illinois.
Ooh. All right. We talked about this on
I
the
know.
thing.
I had to
I think
I had to think about this for you because I had other ones in mind, and I was like, I literally already told her.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to say I know that 3 is your lie because it's Iowa. But,
you
and plus,
remembered.
you know what? You're too cool to not like Dairy Girls. Dairy Girls is phenomenal. I love it so much.
I watched it last night in
Yes.
my hotel room.
Yes. It is the perfect comfort watch show. And your little wee Englishman.
I know.
Yes.
James. I love
That
love,
is a
love
great
that
show.
Yeah,
She's doing another one.
is she really?
Yes. I'm trying to think what it was. I believe it's coming out in a year or two.
Okay.
So be on the lookout.
Dairy Girls should have had more seasons.
It's phenomenal.
I'm devastated it was as short as it was, but yeah, it's right up there. I watched Dairy Girls, New Girl, and Schitt's Creek like
All the way.
all. Yeah.
So I still have not watched the last season of Schitt's Creek because I'm holding on to it. It's like my pull the cord in case of emergency. I'm like, yes. The next nervous breakdown, I'll watch it.
Fair. It was one of those ones where you're like, but if I finish it, then it's over.
Then it's done. But I'm holding on to it, squeezing it tight.
Okay.
Yes.
I do have to know, speaking of TV, what's your current reality TV obsession?
The Traders. In all of its forms. I really like the US version, but the UK version is hilarious because normally they just have normal people, but they had normal people, non-celebrities, right? None of the people are normal. But this year they did like a celebrity version, and it's hilarious because they're trying so hard to actually solve it and find proof. They're just so serious and diligent, and I'm like, that's not what this is, babes. It's hilarious. It's
Not why
great.
we're here. The only thing I know about the Traders is what I've learned from Paige DeSorbo on the Giggly Squad podcast.
Oh my God. Okay, you need to watch it. You need to watch it for nothing else. This season you have Johnny Weir fashion and you've got Alan Cumming fashion, and it's phenomenal.
I love Johnny Weir.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with him.
Yes. So
love, 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 love.
Yes.
Okay, well we can talk
Yes.
books since
Yes.
that is why we're here.
Books.
Starting with one of your most recent releases, Head Witch in Charge.
Yes.
Please tell us what this one is about.
Okay, so there are these sisters. They're Sherwood sisters. It's set in the United States, but everything is witchy. And so everybody has magical powers, and she is, the head witch in charge, and she has total eldest daughter vibes, and she has to do the things she has to do. She has to take care of everything, and she goes to Vegas and accidentally marries her family's complete and total nemesis. And so she has been trying to get him to sign divorce papers without having to admit to her family that she did a dumb thing, because she doesn't have that opportunity. She's the head witch in charge. And so she sends him like divorce papers via flying monkeys, all sorts of fun things like that. And they end up having to go on a road trip because he says, I will sign the papers if you go and do this thing with me. So she agrees. And can you believe that there are all sorts of things that happen in there? One of my favorite scenes is they stop at this inn, and it's an inn, and it's a romance book, so there is just one bed.
One bed.
One bed. But she's a witch, so she splits the bed. But the inn is a sentient house, so the inn keeps pushing the bed back together again. It was very fun.
I love that. Okay, wait, is this going to be a spoiler? But I want to ask, so has he secretly been in love with her this whole time?
Well, he has his own
Motivation.
mostly nefarious reasons for doing it, but can you believe? Yes, there is. They in the middle. Spoiler alert: they fall in love. So yeah,
we are talking about a happy ending.
We are.
So we do know we're headed in that direction. Do you need, or is it best to read what you're gonna do
first?
Am I gonna say that right?
Yes,
I
know.
Twister.
It is a tongue twister. So you can read what you're gonna do first, but you can also just pop in. So okay. I like to write in sets and in series, but as a reader, I get really intimidated when something is 17 books long and I have to start at the beginning. So I like to make books that you can drop in anywhere. If you are one of those folks that have to read from the beginning, you might see a couple more Easter eggs than the other folks will, but you got it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's very true. Or we talk about it a lot on the podcast too. When you're really invested in a story and let's say you heard about it on book 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But they're like, well, there's 10 books. And I'm like,
yes.
Well, this is a long commitment now.
Yes, it is. And I will fall down rabbit holes and, binge read like crazy and come up for air and realize that I've read the same series 25 books in 25 days or something stupid like that. But I don't know. I guess going into it, knowing it is different than rabbit holing it where you accidentally fall in.
Yeah, accidentally fall in, and you can just do all of that as opposed to all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, there's no ending.
Yes, I have to keep going. The worst though is when you start to rabbit hole and you get to the end and you don't realize it's the last book. Oh my God. That's heartbreaking.
It is That's crushing. Soul crushing.
I'm I would have gone slower.
Had I known. Oh my goodness. It's funny because right now, so my husband's he's not a reader, but he's very particular about what he reads. But I just got him into a series, and literally this morning, I'm here, and he's just I'm obsessed with this book. He's and I was are you gonna finish it by the time I get back? He's I don't know, I might. I can't stop reading.
That's awesome. That's the best feeling.
I was oh yes, I'm totally changed you. What inspired you to write paranormal romance? Which romance?
I just, you know what? So first I was approached by Christine Schwartz, who's editor at Berkeley. She approached my agent who was hey, do you have any interest in this? And I was I love reading that, so why not? Because I up until that point had only done contemporary. So it was really fun to be able to do that and to add in weird little world building, and there's nothing quite like putting yourself into a corner and then going, oh wait, there's magic. So that's really fun, although it does make it a little harder because you're well, they're stuck here, but wait, there's magic. So that expression goes two ways. It's a good thing and a bad thing as a writer.
For sure. Okay, well, kind of on that note, I was curious, like, what elements were the most challenging when it came to developing the story? Is it creating a magic system? What, for these particular set of books, was it the character development? Was it figuring out what tropes you want to do? What was most challenging?
So some of the challenging stuff for me is sort of like I imagine what sometimes writers who used to write before cell phones and after cell phones face, because it's like the things that used to easily be problems can't be problems. Things that, sticking them into, for example, an inn and there's just one bed. Well, you've got to figure out how they would not make it two beds. So I think those were some of the challenges, but that also kind of made it a little bit more fun.
So true. I've heard that before. The technology aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Just totally changes. So then, on that note, did that make writing an '80s novella easier? Because there's
that was really fun.
A little bit less.
Yes, absolutely. So I wrote Airhead, and it's the parents of the Hardigan family, who I have several books about. And so it's set in the '80s, and I think technology-wise, the most fun was they were leaving messages on the answering machines.
Love.
And so that was really fun. So instead of like having little text conversations, it was the messages going back and forth on the answering machine. And that was a good time. And then, stuff like, they went to the mall. They went to an Orange Julius,
Oh my gosh.
She drank a tab, that sort of stuff. And then the music research was really fun too.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so if you picked a song for that, like what would be one song that you would pair with that?
Well, there's a scene that was originally the opening scene and then changed, and it was she's walking out of seeing Grease 2, so of course she's singing Cool Rider, so you got to go with that.
Of course. Oh my gosh.
COOL.
I am obsessed with Grease and Grease 2. It was like one of my favorite movies growing up.
Oh, absolutely.
I realize it's like problematic.
So problematic, but
just know that little Brie
was singing Cool Rider in her room
all around
yes.
the house, and no one decided to tell me what anything meant, but
no.
that's for the best.
Yeah.
Related to pairings, let's do both. For Head Witch in Charge, if you paired a beverage with it, what would you pair?
You know what? I think those people would be like a little gin fizzies. Ooh. Something a little strong but a little sweet at the same point in time, because they got a lot of personality going on there, both of them. So yeah, definitely.
I love that. It also makes me think in terms of the magic. There is this speakeasy in St. Pete, Florida, and it is, I don't know what it's called, but it's like Seven Deadly Sins themed.
Oh, I love that.
And yeah, I will say, you have to, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But for us, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And they had this one drink that I got, and I want to say it was gin based. I don't remember what it was called, but it was, they blew up a bubble on it and then popped it, and it was smoky, and it was
Ooh.
gin based, I want to say. And that was the first thing that popped into my head, because I was like, oh, it's magical.
Oh, that is really cool.
A grayish purple in color from what I remember. Guaranteed it was also very dark in there.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I thought about.
Oh, I like that.
It was a special cocktail. Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing for Airhead. What would you pair?
Oh, Airhead would have to go with something that makes me think of the 80s. You know what? I think it would be a Long Island iced tea.
That's spot on.
That is a very 80s drink to me for some reason. So maybe a Long Island iced tea.
Okay. Yeah. Very, very nice. You are a USA Today and Wall Street Journal best-selling author whose books have been translated into multiple languages. Yes. What is the best piece of advice you've either told yourself or followed, and especially one that you'd share with aspiring romance writers?
I would say it would be the piece of advice that Nora Roberts gave at one point in time. You can't miss with Nora Roberts, and ticked me off so bad at the time, because I was like, this is horrible, this is rude. And it is, you can't write a book if you don't sit down and put your butt in the chair. And I'm like, well, not everybody has time to do that and all those stuff. She's not telling you to do it 8 hours a day. She's not telling you to do it every day. It's, you know what, you want to write the book, you have to actually write the book, which is the best and worst part of this job. But yeah, I think that's the best piece of advice there is out there, is whatever time you can devote to it, actually focus and do it.
So how has that looked for you? Because you're also a mom
Yeah.
and a wife. So what has that looked like for you? Give me like a day in the life of Avery.
Well, it's a lot easier now because my kids are all big. But when they were younger, it was a lot harder. And for me, honestly, the best thing that happened was I got a door on my office when my kids were really little. And that was phenomenal. They would just lay down in front of it and holler at me and be like, I'm bored. So, yeah, that door was beautiful. Highly recommended door, always. But a lot of it, I mean, I've written a lot of books at sports practices, at baseball tournaments, at lacrosse things, doing all of that stuff, sitting in the car in the parking lot. So again, it was just basically finding the time to squeeze in a little bit. And I am a plotter, so having a plan made things easier for me. Bless the people who pants and just write whatever they feel like. I am not that human being. I schedule spontaneity. I'm not made for that.
Yeah, I'm a little type A when it comes to that. If I don't have a plan, have a roadmap,
Yeah.
I
I don't know where to
the
go.
lost puppy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just meandering
Yeah.
around. So you were mentioning, your publication, your agent, and Berkeley, and all of that. But can you take me back kind of to the beginning and just what your overall publishing journey has been like?
Sure. Yeah, so I've always been a huge romance reader. Lots of romance all of the time. Historical romance was always my happy place. I never ever want to write it. There's too much work involved, and I am lazy. But I absolutely loved it, and my husband was deployed at the time, and I had 3 kids that went to bed by like 7 p.m. And I knew what romance book I wanted to read, and I couldn't find it. And so I was like, well, maybe I can do this. Now, I was a newspaper reporter and a freelance writer for a long time, so writing at least was in my wheelhouse. But I bought How to Write a Romance for Dummies, literally the name of the book. And a lot of the stuff that I'd soaked in by osmosis, it just kind of gave me a vocabulary for those things. So that was really nice. So that's when I started writing my first book. And then I used that, and then I joined some writing communities, which I think this is a very weird industry. It's not logical. It's not fair. It doesn't make sense a lot of times. So finding like a community of folks, I think, is a huge help. So I was lucky and did that, and I thought I was going to write romantic suspense for a long time. I have funny romantic suspense books, which I love, but in contemporary is kind of where I found my sweet spot. And then, I can't write serious stuff. I've tried, and then there's like a 3-legged cat that comes in. So my first book came out in 2011. And I've just been going ever since. It's definitely not a career I ever thought I'd have. But I like it, even for all of its insanity. I like it. It's fun.
It's fun. Fun to be in places like this, too.
Yes.
So what are you looking forward to most with LoveLitCon? I know we've been here a day or ish now, but what are you looking forward to most?
I love getting to talk with people about books, picking up books. I was sitting at the breakfast this morning, and Roxy Noir sat down, and I'm like, oh my God, I started reading one of your books on the plane. And I just looked at her and I said, which one was it? And she's looking at me like, crazy lady, you're the one reading it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it was one with boyfriend. So it's really fun to be able to do that. And then you end up finding books and authors that you hadn't read before, and that's always really nice. Kelly Olhert and I are hosting a game night tonight, and I'm telling you right now, that's going to be a blast. We're doing dating game with authors acting as an MC. So I think that's just going to be a really fun time.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be a blast. A blast. Are there any upcoming projects you're working on that you can tell us about?
Yes. So I can tell you about one, and I cannot tell you about another. So one, we've got HEXY BEAST, which is the 3rd book in the Sherwood Witches. I saw the cover sketch. Lenny Kaufman did it again. It's beautiful. I love it. It's werewolves. It's motorcycles. It's a full moon. It's all sorts of fun things. So I'm really excited about that one. That's going to come out in September. And then we just almost, contract is not signed, but the deal is done, a sexy, why choose, soapy romance And I can't wait to tell you guys more about that because it is utterly unhinged and absolutely so much fun.
Okay, I can't
Yeah.
wait. That's like the perfect teaser. For listeners and readers, where's the best place for them to connect with you?
So I have a Patreon. It's Avery Flynn. I've got social medias, usually Avery Flynn or averyflynn.com, and newsletter. I'm always giving away books and sharing books and doing all that fun stuff in my website. So yeah, all the good things.
As always, you can find all of that information in the podcast notes as well.
Yay.
Avery, so much fun chatting with you. Love that we connected at the
Yes.
airport, and here we are.
And here we are.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really had fun.
Me too. Cheers. Thanks so much for listening. The Narratives and Nightcaps podcast is a production of The Craft Co. with intro music created by Remington Haynes.
Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow at Narratives and Nightcaps on Instagram or visit our website, narrativesandnightcaps.com.
Sign up for our newsletter to always know what we're reading next, which authors are joining us on the show, and for extra bookish and beverage info.
Connect with our additional co-hosts, Jordan and Emily, as well.
You can find me on Instagram at Cozy Reads and Sips.
And you can find me on Instagram at books.bottles.
Cheers!
Cheers!